something precious metals and crypto have in common is a desire to be outside the central banking system, a desire for independence, and crypto provides that, as do precious metals. So we're eager to have an audience with a new circle of influence, a new group of people that are invested in precious metals, but who may or may not see the wisdom of crypto and just want to talk to somebody about it.
Bitcoin is probably the only coin that doesn't have a web page or some kind of central authority or some kind of controlling party. So Bitcoin is just, it was created and now it exists on thousands of computers around the world. It can't be shut down or ended or anything like that. Decentralized, I guess, would be the key point on Bitcoin.
Hey everyone, welcome back to StockPulse. Today I am so excited because we are getting down, guys. We are counting down to the Silver Symposium. I have got 8 days before I am traveling and on my way to Vegas and trying to get the lay of the land there and get everything prepared for you guys to come and join us at the event. So if you haven't done that yet, please get a ticket below. And don't forget, we now added a digital option as well. There's a Zoom option and it's not very expensive. It's like $50 and you get the event as well. So you'll be able to stream into all the main stage events and what's going on. You'll be able to tag us on Twitter and leave a space where you can comment. And if we choose one of your questions to be presented on the main stage as Q&A, we'll even get you guys in and raffle off some prizes, some Bitcoin, some silver, and an autographed edition of G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature of Jekyll Island. Today, again, though, I'm going to take the time and welcome Glenn and Jesse from Coin Trading Company, and they're my friends. I've been doing business with them for a long time. They're not paid sponsors. We have no business ties. I've never made a penny with these guys. But what I have done is I've stacked a lot of sats for myself. And Glenn, Jesse, welcome. We're going to talk about that.
Hey, thanks, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
So the intro is real simple, guys. I met these guys when we were doing our own research, right? One of the crypto commandments I write is do your own research. And increasingly, we've seen this happen all over, which is what I call Operation Choke Point 2.0, where the banks are not allowing us to get our money out of the normal banking systems and into Bitcoin. It's been very frustrating. And as we did our research, we've found that these two solid guys, not only do I say that they're solid because I know who they are personally, I know what they believe, I know their values, their ethics, trustworthiness and customer care is at the top of their list. And that's why they came to support us at our first economic preppers event we did in Texas. These guys flew down just to support us and share with the community their resources. So I am so excited to bring them to this event for you guys. And I'll let Glenn, I'm going to throw the first question at you guys is, what are you guys excited to come to this event? Because this is a precious metals event, the Silver Symposium, but there's a lot more in common than we actually know. Tell us what you're doing here.
Thanks, Patrick. It's exciting to be part of this event and to reach an audience we don't normally interact with that much. Most of the people we serve are in the crypto industry, and they may or may not be in precious metals, but something precious metals and crypto have in common is a desire to be outside the central banking system, a desire for independence and not having your assets ruled by somebody that you may or may not agree with. And crypto provides that, as do precious metals. So we're eager to have an audience with a new circle of influence, a new group of people that are invested in precious metals, but who may or may not see the wisdom of crypto and just want to talk to somebody about, is crypto safe money or isn't it? And which cryptocurrency to invest in, those kind of questions. So that's part of what we're excited about being there for. And then to see old friends like you.
So I'm going to ask one question to you because you used the word crypto. And for a lot of our audience, to them, I want to dispel the myth. And I'm guessing you guys would agree with me. I make a statement, and I'll guess, Jesse, I'll ask you, true or false? Bitcoin is unlike any other digital asset that is on any blockchain.
True, absolutely. Bitcoin is probably the only coin that doesn't have a web page or some kind of central authority or some kind of controlling party. So Bitcoin is just, it was created and now it exists on thousands of computers around the world. It can't be shut down or ended or anything like that. So it's pretty interesting. Decentralized, I guess, would be the key point on Bitcoin. So
to me, it's really making that distinction that I'm bringing the idea that Bitcoin is valued for the same reasons that people love their gold and silver. You know, for you guys, I know you guys were there, especially Glenn, at the event where we released, you know, the crypto commandments. Crypto commandment number 1 has nothing to do with crypto. It is, very simply put, the dollar is garbage. When we understand that the dollar isn't backed by anything, then we start looking at, well, what are our solutions? What are our options to what the problem is that we're seeing? We see a problem. What's the solution? I'm here to say the problem is we realize the dollar is garbage, and the solution that we can all agree on here is silver and gold have value. Neither of us are denying that, you know, when they showed up in the Bible and they said silver and gold, I have none. Why? Because silver and gold are like the most valuable thing we know. They have none. With silver and gold, I have some, but Bitcoin is what I want to give to thee. So I'm trying to teach you guys here, like, we have a different path forward because we understand fundamentally that the dollar is garbage. The solutions that we're discussing here are silver and gold, and introducing the concept of a finite resource like Bitcoin also being valued around the globe and nations adopting it. These are the things that we're seeing, and actually inspires quite a lot of hope. You know, it really does inspire quite a bit of hope as we discuss that. And that's some of the stuff we're going to keep talking about. But I know that you guys have been doing business for a lot longer than I've met you guys. Since what, 2016, you guys have been doing business?
That's correct. Yeah. 7 years now.
I want to ask you a couple of questions because when I started this, we met because of Pro Bitcoin Solutions back in the day. And that's the company that I had to help people do with taxes and crypto taxes and when you're getting scammed. I want to talk a little bit about scams because we hear this a lot in the silver space, that you want to make sure you're getting your silver from a reputable company. You don't know if it's real silver or not. Do they really have what they say they have? How much quantity do they have? When we talk Bitcoin, we have seen tons and tons of scams in this space. And I want to bring you guys someone that's a resource here, just like myself. I would like to extend this opportunity right now for you guys to, if you have questions about Bitcoin and how it works, how you custody Bitcoin, how you store your Bitcoin yourself, how this process works when you work with Coin Trading Company, reach out to Glenn and Jesse. It's really easy to work with them. You just text, right? What's your phone number?
People can reach us at 503-354-1039. Again, that's 503-354-1039. They can text or call us there, and we usually respond within minutes. Yeah,
that's my experience as well. Like, you don't even have to say, hey, I want to buy anything. Just ask them, hey, can you get this coin for me? And the only reason I wanted to have this discussion is because it's not just about crypto, and it's not just about Bitcoin. It's not just about silver and gold. It's crypto commandment number 2, which again has nothing to do with crypto. It's choose the freedom mindset, right? We all believe that God gave us free will. Like our entire Constitution was founded on this principle of we are free beings. We have freedom, and you can't tell us what to do or how to act or how to live or tell me what to believe in. And that's the beauty of what we try to believe in here with Bitcoin and with silver and precious metals. We believe in the freedom mindset. And I can't think of a better marriage than of Bitcoin and silver and gold people coming together, sharpening each other, empowering each other, because I believe that, again, similar values exist. So I guess I just want to give you an opportunity to comment on, you know, what kind of values you guys have and what you guys bring to the table, and maybe even discuss maybe your core service and what it would look like. Because I know I've used it a lot that I don't even remember what the beginning looks like with us. I remember there was some document that we did, and now I just do our process and everything works. It's simple. So this is really an easy conversation for me to just hand over and say, guys, tell our community, when you come to this event, what are you looking to bring to them? What solutions are we bringing to the table with Coin Trading Company?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Patrick. We definitely are pro-freedom, God-fearing patriots, and we're excited to work with like-minded people or just anybody in the crypto space. But I just want to back up a little bit. At the beginning, you mentioned Operation Choke Point. So there is an attack on freedom for sure in this country, and everybody, I think, can recognize that. And Operation Choke Point is probably part of that. Instead of making crypto illegal, they're just telling the banks that crypto is high risk and trying to get the banks to not want to participate in our industry. So it has been difficult. When we first started out 7 years ago, we were on this platform called localbitcoins.com, which was basically the Craigslist of trading Bitcoin. It was kind of sketchy, but that's where you did it back then.
The Walmart. Remember the Walmart meetups? Meet up at the gun stores or meet up at the police stations.
Right.
You thought it was sketchy too. Like it was so sketch.
It was sketchy. Yeah, absolutely. But it also took time for us to recycle our capital. So, for the money to get from our bank to our exchange, get converted into Bitcoin, get to the buyer, and then, get that money paid back into our account again. So we were moving money through our bank account into our exchange account into Bitcoin, and then selling the Bitcoin back into our bank account. So that process probably took, up to 3 days back then to move our money. And then with the advancements in banking, and banks really came on board. We had Signature Bank, we had Silvergate Bank, we had some really good banks that had these back doors to your exchange where you could move money 24/7. So it could be the middle of the night on Christmas Eve or something, and you could still be getting Bitcoin or getting money from your bank account to your exchange and buying Bitcoin. And those were really, really great days for us because there was no delay on moving our capital. Then, of course, Silvergate, Signature, those banks shut down. And now we're working with, a slower bank again. So it really feels like we took a step backward. Fortunately, we do have a bank. We are, is still in business, unlike some of the companies who've gone out of business due to lack of access to banking. So we still are working with a bank that's willing to work with us. But again, it's taking us, 2 to 3 days to move our money again. So it's just kind of slowed down. And in that sense, it feels like we've taken a step backward due to this Operation Choke Point that you were mentioning at the beginning.
Yeah.
So just to highlight that, Glenn, I'll let you just let people know how it looks to work with us.
Absolutely. So to register to trade with us, people just go to our website, which is www.cointradingco.com. It'll be in the comments related to this video, but they can register there, and then they just verify their email address and upload a selfie ID and a picture of their license and answer some questions like name, address, source of funds, employment, that kind of stuff. And usually we have a phone call with people to talk to them, make sure they are who they say they are, ask some basic questions about their goals in trading, how much they intend to invest on a monthly basis, and just make sure we're dealing with legitimate people who want to invest in crypto and asking questions like, after years of experience, we know to ask questions like, is anyone helping you with this trade? Or how did you hear about us? Because that often people get coached, victims of romance scams, elderly women sometimes, their boyfriend or fiance is overseas. He's not who he says he is. And he's telling them he needs money because he's in a oil drilling rig in the Gulf Coast or something, and he can't get his paycheck. So, I mean, the stories we've heard over the years are crazy. So we ask questions. Sometimes it seems a little intrusive, but we're just making sure that we're dealing with legitimate people who are investing their own funds. And we can have a conversation with somebody really quick and just know they're legitimate. And we're going to explain why we're asking the questions, not just asking questions and saying because. We always try to help people understand where we're coming from. We have a dedicated compliance officer. So we have someone in-house who's making sure that we're compliant with all the government regulations. And that's the thing in an industry where everybody's playing hard and fast with the rules and things are always changing. It's better to be proactively setting the bar high internally and doing everything we can to make sure we're doing the right things rather than getting shut down by someone outside our company. We want to make sure we're squeaky clean. So we bend over backwards to make sure we're dealing with legitimate people and asking all the right questions.
It's really not as hard as people think too. The reality is it does keep people safe. For example, I've had a client of mine that called me and said, hey, these guys just called me and they had questions about what's going on. And then all of a sudden you called me and said, hey, are you working with this guy? And I said, yeah, I sent him to you to get Bitcoin. So when you say, is he working with you? What is he doing? Well, he's just pointing you to Glenn so you can get the Bitcoin. I'm not doing anything, right? But once we had that discussion once and you realize when they say they're working with Patrick, it just means Patrick sent them over. Patrick's not taking anything. And those kind of things, as soon as your compliance officer asks and we answer that, it's real simple because as long as we're all doing the right thing, it's simple. And I'll even tell you one perk. One of the reasons why I like coin trading company is because a lot of times the banks, they have issues with, oh, you're sending it to Coinbase, Bitcoin R Us, whatever it is that has the word crypto in it, and they flag it. For me, I just walk in and I tell the banks the truth. Hi, I'm wiring money to coin trading company. Yes, I've done it before. And the first time they'll ask you, what is it for? And you say, I'm a coin collector.
There you go.
I'm a coin collector. They wire it through. The next time you walk in, they say, hey, have you done business with? Oh, hi, Patrick. Of course, it's just you. Okay, we'll wire it through. All of a sudden, you develop these relationships that start the banking system. Again, we start using the banking system against them because of the ways that we word our things are important these days. How we cross our T's and dot our I's. It does keep us safe because we understand that once you own that Bitcoin, now I can do whatever I want with it. It is my Bitcoin and I can spend it how I please. The only thing we're doing on this back end is making sure you're right, that an elderly client isn't getting scammed, because I know that even though you did call me, that client appreciated that you called me, because now they know that you're watching out for them too. That's part of what we're here for, is to help people avoid all of these scams in the space. Just like in the silver industry, there's no way to get a silver round at spot. There's no way to really get Bitcoin at spot unless you mine it. So the only thing you can do is go to someone that you trust. And I'm telling you guys, you'll be very impressed with the service. This is, again, not a paid promotion. I don't make a penny from these guys, never have. I'm just telling you, this is what you can expect at the event, at the symposium, and you will be able to ask them questions, talk to them, any fears that you have. Even if you have an IRA and need help getting it out of an IRA system, we'll have solutions for you that'll allow you to take control back of your wealth, to start really possessing your purchasing power again yourself, taking it back, because that's what they're trying to do to us, guys. They're trying to manipulate us through the financial systems. When they print money, they steal from you. This way with Bitcoin, it's the only asset class ever created where we know the definite supply and we also know the deflation schedule. So right now we understand completely what's happening with Bitcoin, and you can't, I always say this to you guys. I've said this last week, I think. I wonder how long you guys will be in business. Honestly, how long until there is no more Bitcoin to get on an exchange to sell at any reasonable price? Because the supply is shockingly slowly coming to an end.
There will always be Bitcoin for sale, whether it costs $1 million per Bitcoin or more. Somebody will always be willing to sell it for some price. And so hopefully we'll be able to help transact that, for those transactions. But like you said,
there won't be a shortage of buyers, that's for sure. You'll have a less ability to meet the needs of the market because you'll have limited amounts of Bitcoin. So it might just be, your top customers like me, you'll answer first, right? You're going to call me first and say, Patrick, you get first right of refusal. It's on YouTube. It was said, right? Because it will get to that point where people won't be able to get it.
Yeah. It is a fixed supply and an exponentially increasing global demand. So put those two together. If you understand anything about supply and demand, you know that the price is going to go one direction in the long term. So,
well, Glenn, Jesse, I want to give you guys the last word. Please, if you guys haven't already, click the like, share, subscribe. Help us get the news out. We have solutions we are offering here at the symposium. And on this show, we'll continue to bring you great tools. But Glenn, give it away. Tell us what we need to know about the symposium and any wrapping up thoughts for today.
We're excited to be there. We're excited to meet new people in your space, Patrick, and people that are precious metal collectors, and help introduce them to crypto, invest their money in something, diversify, get into crypto while you still can, and meet some people that are eager to help and knowledgeable and trustworthy.
With that said, guys, thanks for tuning in. Jesse, one last comment.
No, just super excited to see everybody in Vegas. So look forward to it.
Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be a fun event because I told Jesse and Glenn the same thing. Please come to this event. I think that you will add value. And I'm really just bringing people and my friends who I believe will add value. These are not any companies that I'm affiliated with, except for the fact that I've used them. So please make sure to show up and like, share, subscribe, get on board what we're doing, because we're not slowing down anytime soon. We are just getting started here at StockPulse, and we'd love to have you guys along the journey. So until next time, keep on stacking sats, guys.